Something dark is stirring in hell again, and this time it's louder, bolder, and more dangerous than ever before. The official trailer for Hazbin Hotel Season 2, Episode 1 has finally dropped, and the internet is exploding. We're not just getting teasers anymore. This is a full-on confirmation that chaos is about to return to our screens this Halloween. And let's be honest, nobody does musical madness and emotional mayhem quite like Hazbin Hotel. From the very first seconds of the trailer, you can feel it. That same sinister charm that made the first season unforgettable, but now with an even sharper edge. It's as if Vivzy Pop and A24 looked at the wild ride we got in Season 1 and decided to push every boundary further. The trailer wastes no time showing us that Charlie Morningstar's dream of redemption is about to face its darkest test yet. The once bright hope of rehabilitating demons is colliding with the harsh reality of a hell that refuses to change. The screen flashes with glimpses of broken trust, shattered alliances, and a familiar melody humming under it all. A song that sounds hopeful, but carries an undertone of despair. It's poetic and chilling at the same time, and fans can already tell this episode is going to set the tone for a season unlike anything we've seen before. The big reveal: Hazbin Hotel Season 2 officially premieres on October 29th, 2025, just 2 days before Halloween. And honestly, that timing feels like destiny. The show's gothic aesthetic, its twisted humor, and its hauntingly catchy soundtrack are basically built for spooky season. The announcement came alongside a brand new trailer that has everyone talking. It's not just the visuals, which, by the way, look even more polished and cinematic than ever, but the tension in every scene. Charlie's voice trembles as she faces off against the storm that's been brewing since Season 1's finale. Her dream is alive, but barely, and surrounding her, the entire cast feels heavier, more desperate. Alastor's smile looks forced. Angel Dust hides his pain behind sarcasm. Husk drinks more than ever. Even Vaggie, usually the voice of strength, seems unsure. The hotel itself, once a symbol of hope, now flickers in dim light, like it's struggling to survive the flames around it. Then there's the voice everyone's been waiting for, Vox. The trailer confirms he's not just returning, he's taking over. His presence fills the frame like static electricity, his digital face cutting through the red haze of hell with a smirk that screams control. The power struggle hinted at before is no longer subtle. Vox and the V's are stepping into the spotlight, ready to burn down everything Charlie has built. One shot in the trailer sent chills down everyone's spine, a massive blimp hovering above hell, projecting Charlie's face with the words, "Dictator of Redemption." It's propaganda at its finest, and it proves Vox's game isn't just about brute force. It's psychological warfare. He's turning the people of hell against her, twisting her vision of hope into something sinister. But amid the chaos, the trailer gives us a few moments that feel deeply emotional. A single shot shows Charlie alone in her room, staring at an old picture of her and her father, Lucifer. Her voiceover says, "If saving them means losing myself, what's the point?" That line hit hard. It's the kind of emotional core Hazbin Hotel thrives on, a show that balances crude humor and flashy musical numbers with real, gut-wrenching heart. And speaking of Lucifer, the trailer doesn't hold back on teasing the brewing tension between him and Alastor. There's a brief but intense scene. No dialogue, just eye contact, where the entire mood shifts. The silence between them feels louder than any scream. It's clear their rivalry will be central to the new season, and Episode 1 might just be where it all begins. The trailer also introduces a brand new character, Abel, the son of Adam, voiced by Patrick Stump from Fall Out Boy. The fandom completely lost it at that reveal. His introduction shot is electric. Literally, he's holding a broken microphone, surrounded by light that flickers like stage lights in Hell's concert hall. The caption flashes, "The fallen still sing." That one line sent shockwaves through the community. Abel looks to be a key figure in bridging the gap between heaven and hell, and his personality, described as charming but unpredictable, could change everything about how redemption is viewed in this universe. Knowing Patrick Stump's musical genius, fans are already speculating that Episode 1 might open with a song performed by Abel himself, setting a haunting yet inspiring tone for the whole season. The countdown to Hazbin Hotel Season 2 has officially begun, and after that chilling trailer, the excitement is impossible to contain. But the deeper we look, the more questions arise, and the more this first episode starts to look like a storm ready to tear hell apart. Season 2, Episode 1 doesn't just pick up where the first season left off. It looks like it's going to redefine everything we thought we knew about redemption, loyalty, and power in the underworld. The trailer might have given us a few answers, but what it really delivered were clues. Tiny, fiery breadcrumbs leading us into something much bigger. So let's break down what we've learned and what the first episode might be setting up. Because beneath all the glitter, chaos, and music, there's something sinister creeping in the shadows of Charlie's dream. One of the biggest takeaways from the trailer is that hell itself seems to be changing. The streets that once glowed with neon now look darker, colder, and filled with unrest. There's graffiti mocking Charlie's hotel on the walls, protesters marching through the streets, and flashing signs calling her the false redeemer. The message is clear. Her dream of salvation has become controversial. What started as a hopeful mission to give demons a second chance has turned into a dangerous political movement. And Season 2, Episode 1 looks ready to explore what happens when the people you're trying to save start turning against you. The tone feels heavier, more complex. It's not just good versus evil anymore. It's ideology versus reality. Charlie's fight isn't just against the V's or Vox. It's against hell's entire belief system. That's what makes this new season feel so gripping, because it's not just about saving souls. It's about whether that's even possible in a world built to punish them. The trailer also drops several quick, blink-and-you-miss-it moments that seem to foreshadow major emotional confrontations. One of the most talked-about shots shows Vaggie standing in a rain of ashes, clutching her broken spear, while Charlie screams her name in the background. It's a split-second clip, but fans are already theorizing that Episode 1 could begin with a devastating attack on the hotel itself. Could Vox and his army be making their first move right out of the gate? Or is this a flash forward to a future episode? Either way, the stakes are sky high. Charlie's hotel has always symbolized her hope, but this time, it feels like that hope is under siege, literally and emotionally. Then we have Alastor, the ever-smiling radio demon, who seems more unpredictable than ever. There's a chilling shot of him in front of an old, broken radio tower, adjusting a dial as ghostly static echoes in the background. For a character who's always been in control, there's something unsettling about his silence in this trailer. It's almost as if he's waiting for something. Or someone. Could Alastor's mysterious past finally catch up with him in Episode 1? VivziePop once hinted that his connection to Lucifer runs deeper than we know, and this might be where we finally see that dynamic explode. Alastor's grin hides 1,000 secrets, and from the look of things, one of them is about to surface. Speaking of Lucifer, his presence looms larger than ever before. We hear his voice once in the trailer. Soft, but chilling. He says, "You gave them hope, Charlie. You gave hell something it was never meant to have." That single line sets the tone for their relationship this season. It's not outright hostility. It's disappointment. Maybe even fear. Lucifer knows something Charlie doesn't. Something that might change everything. And the fact that he's shown standing beside heaven's gates, yes, heavens, raises 1,000 new questions. Is Lucifer trying to make a deal? Has he been watching Charlie's actions from afar? Or is he about to interfere directly? Episode 1 might not give us all the answers, but it's definitely going to open the door to a massive father-daughter conflict that will shake the foundations of the series. Another emotional highlight teased in the trailer is Angel Dust. Fans who adored his chaotic energy in Season 1 are in for something far more intense. There's a quick clip of him staring at his reflection, makeup smeared, whispering, "I thought I was better than this." The song in the background slows down. The colors fade, and it's clear that his story is taking a darker turn. Season 1 touched on his pain beneath the humor, but now it seems Episode 1 will confront it head-on. This could be the moment where Angel truly starts to question whether redemption is worth the cost, or whether he even believes in it anymore. And then there's Abel. We only caught a glimpse of him in the trailer, but that was enough to make waves. His glowing microphone, his calm but haunting expression, and the cryptic line, "Heaven listens when I sing," have fans theorizing non-stop. Is Abel a messenger from heaven? Or a rebel fallen from grace like his father? His appearance alongside Emily and St. Peter in what looks like a heavenly council suggests he's walking a fine line between both worlds. Episode 1 might introduce him as an outsider, someone observing the chaos of hell from above before getting pulled into Charlie's cause. With Patrick Stump's voice behind him, Abel could be the emotional wildcard of the season, a character who bridges the show's most conflicting ideals: faith, rebellion, and forgiveness. But one of the trailer's most intriguing mysteries is the presence of a new symbol, a burning, inverted crown. It flashes behind Vox in one frame and behind Charlie in another, suggesting that both are being manipulated by a larger, unseen force. Could this be the mark of an even greater villain? Maybe someone from heaven or an ancient ruler of hell itself? Theories are already flooding Reddit and Twitter, with some fans guessing it might represent the Morning Star Legacy, a hidden order that seeks to control the balance between heaven and hell. If that's true, Episode 1 could introduce a threat far beyond Vox's schemes, a power that might even force enemies to unite. The pacing of the trailer alone tells us that Episode 1 will be a whirlwind, music, emotion, and revelations colliding in one explosive premiere. The song teased in the trailer, tentatively titled Hearts on Fire, sounds like the emotional centerpiece. It begins softly with Charlie's voice before Abel joins in, creating a haunting harmony that builds into a dramatic crescendo. The lyrics, "Redemption isn't free, but I'll pay the price again," perfectly encapsulate where this story is headed. It's not about winning or losing anymore. It's about what you're willing to sacrifice for the chance to change. So as October 29th approaches, it's clear that Hazbin Hotel Season 2, Episode 1 isn't just another return to hell. It's a rebirth, drenched in fire, music, and heartbreak. The pieces are in place. Vox rising to power, Charlie questioning everything, Lucifer watching from above, and Abel waiting in the wings. The question isn't whether hell can be redeemed, it's whether anyone will survive trying. And if the trailer is any indication, this Halloween is about to get darker, louder, and far more personal than we ever imagined. The trailer gives us flashes of a massive confrontation at the hotel itself, a place that once symbolized safety now turning into a battleground. In one moment, Charlie stands at the top of the staircase, defiant as explosions echo outside. Her hotel sign flickers, half the letters burnt out, and she whispers, "This was supposed to be a sanctuary." That line, quiet but trembling, sums up the heartbreak of what's coming. For all her optimism and courage, Charlie's facing an impossible choice: protect her dream or protect the people she loves. The scene cuts to Alastor, still smiling, but his eyes are cold. He says, "You can't make angels out of demons, dear. You can only make better devils." It's classic Alastor, mocking and philosophical, but this time it feels different. There's no amusement behind the words. It almost sounds like a warning. Fans have already started connecting these moments to a larger theme that Season 2 might explore: the price of redemption. What happens when saving others means losing yourself? That theme is written all over Charlie's face in the trailer. Her once bright and bubbly demeanor is fading. There's exhaustion in her smile now. We see her clutching the hotel's welcome sign, cracked and stained, and you can almost feel the weight she's carrying. Yet, despite it all, there's still a fire in her eyes. That's what makes her character so powerful. She refuses to give up, even when the world is determined to crush her. And in Episode 1, that determination will be tested harder than ever. Meanwhile, the political chaos in hell is reaching a boiling point. Vox's influence spreads fast. His propaganda machines pump out twisted versions of Charlie's speeches, painting her as a tyrant who wants to control every soul in hell. There's even a moment where you can see mobs gathering around massive screens broadcasting his message. Freedom isn't redemption, it's rebellion. It's chilling because it's exactly how Vox operates. He doesn't just attack his enemies, he manipulates the truth. This isn't a war fought with weapons, it's a war fought with perception. Episode 1 seems ready to dive headfirst into this new kind of battle, where the fight for redemption turns into a fight for belief itself. Then there's the emotional gut punch that no one saw coming. For a brief second in the trailer, we see Husk sitting alone at the bar, surrounded by broken bottles. The music fades and you hear him whisper, "I was never meant to be saved." That one line carries so much weight. Husk has always been the show's quiet tragedy, a soul drowning in guilt and addiction, hiding behind sarcasm and cynicism. If the trailer is any clue, Episode 1 might finally peel back the layers of his story, showing us how he really ended up at the hotel in the first place. It's small moments like this that prove Hazbin Hotel isn't just about the grand spectacle. It's about the pain that lingers behind every joke, every song, every promise of change. But what's truly sending fans into a frenzy is the mysterious figure seen only for a split second near the end of the trailer. A shadowy shape walking through flames, carrying a cracked halo in one hand and a microphone in the other. Theories are running wild. Some believe it's Abel reborn, while others think it could be a new villain altogether. Someone from heaven who's fallen from grace and come to reclaim hell in their own image. What makes this even more intriguing is the sound design in that moment. Faint, distorted singing, almost like a reversed hymn. It's creepy, beautiful, and hauntingly perfect. Could this figure be the true mastermind behind the chaos that's unfolding? If so, episode 1 might end with a reveal that changes everything we know about this universe. And let's not forget about Lucifer. He may not have much screen time in the trailer, but his shadow looms over every scene. The tension between him and Charlie is palpable. The look he gives her in one frame says it all. Equal parts love, disappointment, and fear. The devil himself seems to understand the stakes better than anyone else. If hell collapses under Charlie's vision of change, the balance between heaven and hell could crumble too. That's why his presence feels so foreboding, even when he says nothing. There's a moment near the end of the trailer where we see Lucifer's crown shatter like glass. And for just an instant, the screen flashes with the words, "Even kings fall." Fans believe this could foreshadow Lucifer's downfall, or even his sacrifice to protect his daughter from something greater. What's fascinating is how Hazbin Hotel continues to intertwine darkness with beauty. Every shot in the trailer feels intentional, from the way the camera lingers on Charlie's trembling hands to the way light dances across Abel's wings. The world feels more alive and more dangerous than ever. The animation's color palette has shifted too. Gone are the bright, candy-colored tones of the first season. Now we see deeper reds, muted purples, and sharp contrasts of gold and black. It gives the entire show a cinematic, almost operatic feel. It's not just hell we're looking at. It's a world tearing itself apart in song and flame. And the music. Oh, the music! If Season 1 gave us anthems like Hell is Forever and Loser Baby, then Episode 1's soundtrack sounds ready to surpass them. The trailer teases a haunting duet, possibly between Charlie and Abel, that builds into a massive choral explosion. The lyrics we hear, faintly layered under the chaos, are "Even in damnation, I'll find my salvation." It's the perfect encapsulation of everything Hazbin Hotel stands for. Pain and beauty intertwined, hope rising from the ashes. Fans already know the show's songs aren't just musical numbers, they're emotional confessions. And if this first episode opens with a track like that, we're in for something unforgettable. By the time the trailer ends, there's no mistaking what Hazbin Hotel Season 2 Episode 1 is promising. It's going to be emotional, shocking, and brutally honest. It's not just a continuation, it's an evolution. The tone is darker, the stakes are higher, and the characters are standing on the edge of something massive. Every sign points to an episode that will not only reignite our love for the series, but also challenge everything we think we know about redemption. The question isn't whether Charlie can save hell anymore, it's whether hell even wants to be saved. And as Halloween draws closer, one thing is certain. When the doors of the Hazbin Hotel open again, nothing inside will ever be the same.